Washington. President Trump will say thank you to the National Rifle Association on Friday, pausing his rush to pile up achievements in the final hours of his first 100 days in office to become the first sitting president since Ronald Reagan to address the group's annual convention in Atlanta. Mr. Trump, a one-time supporter of gun restrictions before he entered politics, became a champion of gun rights during the presidential campaign, and received the endorsement of the influential gun group in May, months before he accepted the Republican nomination. During the general election campaign, the N.R.A. spent more than $30 million to help get Mr. Trump elected. That made the organization one of the biggest supporters of the Republican nominee. Now, he will step in front of a friendly audience outside Washington, amid a flurry of activity there before his 100th day in the White House, which is Saturday. In just the past few days, Mr. Trump's administration has released a multi-trillion-dollar tax plan, and then rescinded a threat to withdraw from the North American Free Trade Agreement while Republican lawmakers reignited their effort to repeal the Affordable Care Act, a legislative priority, and debated a spending bill needed to keep the government running. Mr. Trump has also already made some modest moves in support of gun rights. He signed legislation, reversed an Obama-era rule, would have required the Social Security Administration to provide information about mentally ill people, background checks on gun purchases. But Mr. Trump's appeal to gun rights groups is as much a contrast with President Barack Obama, who repeatedly sought to increase restrictions on guns, with little success. Gun control organizations accuse Mr. Trump of supporting what they call the extremist agenda of the N.R.A. In a statement on Thursday, two of those groups, Everytown for Gun Safety and Moms Demand Action, vowed to oppose efforts by the gun group to allow more guns for anyone, anywhere, no questions asked. Those gun control groups are planning a rally Saturday in Atlanta to demonstrate their willingness to stand and fight back against the N.R.A. leadership's dangerous guns everywhere agenda that contributes to the more than 90 Americans shot and killed, and the hundreds more injured every day. Mr. Trump will be the keynote speaker at the N.R.A. convention, which will also feature Interior Secretary Ryan Singh, Senator Ted Cruz, Republican of Texas, and David A. Clark, the Milwaukee sheriff and a prominent Trump supporter. After the event, Mr. Trump is expected to attend a fundraiser for Karen Handel, the Republican House candidate who will compete in a runoff in June to replace Tom Price, who left his seat in Georgia to become Health and Human Services Secretary in Mr. Trump's administration. For Ms. Handel, who has been a poor fundraiser, Mr. Trump's help is a boost as she competes against Jon Ossoff, a Democrat who is receiving enormous financial support from around the country. Ms. Handel also needs to energize Republicans to support her in a primary, is likely to have low turnout. Her willingness to be part of a high-profile fundraiser involving Mr. Trump suggests that she believes rallying Trump supporters is her best bet to defeat Mr. Ossoff.